Hey, it's me again. So, it's a week into being vegan, eating vegan. Not eating any animal products at all. No milk, no cheese, no eggs, no dairy, no nothing. No meat of any kind. And I gotta say, I feel pretty darn good. You have to excuse me, already out of breath. I was dancing down the road. Really good thing about being in the middle of nowhere here is I can dance and not a soul will see me. So I feel fantastic. I cannot believe the way it makes me feel. I've tried to explain it to my husband and to a relative of mine. I feel lighter. And I don't mean weight. I don't mean like I don't feel as I weigh less. I don't mean that. Although I do weigh a little less. Not much, but it's only been a week. I feel lighter, like not as weighed down, not as heavy. So I think that's definitely a side effect of eating plant and starch-based. God, how do people do these with these phones? My arm is getting tired. Bad side effects. I have a headache. Every day I have a headache. I'm just going to switch my hand here. And I'm sure it has to do with coming off of a fully carnivorous diet. I'm not even going to say omnivore because, I mean, it was primarily, well, I guess I have lots and lots of vegetables, so, yeah, okay. Eating animal products, coming off of that. And the other side effect is the effect of beans, because I've been having lots more beans and lentils and chickpeas and all that good stuff. And oh my gosh, the one day I was in a meeting, and of course you're holding everything in, and it was like in this little tiny meeting room, and the bathrooms were like right there in the meeting room. It's not even like you could go down the hallway and like release some pressure as you walk down the hallway. No, they were right there. And of course, so I didn't. I was just holding everything in, and I thought I was going to die. But everything that I've read says that when you go vegan, it takes some time for the bacteria in your gut to transition from meat-based or meat incorporated in your diet to more beans and lentils. And they are gassy foods. No matter what you do to them, they'll still be a little bit gassy. So, but that's okay. Today is, like I said, about 7 or 8 days now, and I can already feel better. Yesterday was better, and today was better. I'm sleeping really well. I wake up and I'm like awake, not like groggy and don't want to get up. I want to get up. I want to go out and do things. Is it placebo effect? Is it psychosomatic? Whatever you want to call it. Maybe I'm just convinced myself I feel better, but I would honestly say I feel better. So now, some things I wanted to address. So I've been telling people that I'm going to do this for 30 days, see how I feel, and that's partly true. I mean, if I feel like crap after 30 days, am I going to stick to it? No. If I gain 10 pounds in 30 days, am I going to stick to it? No. Because, no. But I can't see either one of those things happening. And my husband asked, so is this something you're like going to do for ever? Probably. Am I going to stick to it? I think so. So many things I feel better about doing this. And the food that I ate this week was amazing. And I wasn't even at home. You know how some ways a person eats, you can't go out, you can't eat anywhere. For instance, if I was still eating low carb and I went and stayed at my niece and nephew's house, my nephew and his wife's house, and you eat low carb, you go, okay, well, I can't have potatoes or pasta, or pretty much just serve me a steak with some broccoli on the side. Like, you can't do that. But starches, fruits, vegetables, any kind of vegetables, you can find anywhere. The one night, my nephew's wife made me a burrito that had sweet potato, salsa, and black beans. Oh, it was so good. So good. And my husband says, oh, so they just must have added their own to their own. I was like, no, actually they ate the same thing. Not everybody has to have meat at every meal. And he just didn't even know what to do with that. He was like, oh. In the meetings, well, then I had the meeting on Friday and I hadn't specified that I was eating vegan because I'd only been doing it for like 2 days when they wanted us to request whether we had any special eating requirements. And I was like, oh, it's too new to be all like fancy pants and say I don't want animal product. And I figured I'd just, if I slipped up the one day, get back on the horse, right? Anyway, so it turned out I had tons to eat. I mean, I couldn't have any of the lasagna, and they did have a meatless option. Of course, it was cannelloni stuffed with cheese, but they had a salad with no dressing, no cheese or anything in it. They had buns, just plain crusty buns, and apples and bananas. It was brilliant. And juice. They had juice there too. So I was still able to completely eat, even though I hadn't planned for it. And I mean, I would have been able to have the salad, and that was it if I was doing low carb, and I had done that. So those that think that there's nothing to eat as a vegan, there's tons to eat, and it's so good. Last night I had a tomato and chickpea sandwich with Vegenaise on 12-grain bread. 2 of them, because I can. And they were good. Anyway, 8 minutes, long enough of me blabbering. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to go for my run now. I've already done a mile or so. You want to see my view? I wonder if I can... I can't flip my camera. Why can't I flip my camera around? Well, I'll go like this. There's my view. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing anywhere. Woo! Middle of nowhere. It's all good though. Fun stuff. And the weather is phenomenal today. It froze night before last so hard. Everything was right frozen. It was like 1 degree yesterday, which I think in Fahrenheit is 30 degrees, 32 degrees, something like that. And today is, well, I think right now it's probably 12 degrees. So 12 times 2, 24 plus 30, 50, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Amazing for the middle of November. We should have snow by now. Actually did snow the other day. So I'm out here in my short sleeve t-shirt, my San Diego rock and roll marathon shirt, with my curling pants. Because why wouldn't you run in curling pants? Anyway, signing off. See you next week. Ciao.